perception of you?
Absolutely. And everyone needs to try to take advantage of as many things that they can control. So if you're going to an event and you know they're going to do name tags and you get to write out your own name tag, put your moniker underneath your name that's tied to what you do. Or if your company name helps communicate what you do, make sure that's on the name tag. Make sure on your business card, again, you're communicating what it is you really want to be doing, and you just don't forget the importance of that type of communication.
I think that's true because there are events I go to and they have me down my company as Spunky Old Broad, and then other ones I go to, they have me down as the Carson Research Center, which is what I've done for 30 years. So it's really interesting how you position yourself. So let me ask you, in terms of some of the clients that you've worked with, Karen, do they have any particular characteristics, or do you like to work for certain kinds of companies?
Well, I like to work with companies and individuals that are open to and really want to improve their branding. I have to tell you, I've been doing this for over 30 years, and often I will get calls from people and they tell me they really want to improve their brand. And then when I start talking about areas of weakness and change, makes them uncomfortable and they don't really want to change. So if you want to do the exact same thing that you're doing, don't call me because I'm not going to be able to improve your outcome if you're doing the same input. I love to work with entrepreneurial organizations, small organizations, and I've been very fortunate to work with Fortune 500 companies on many, many types of projects. So, as long as you're willing to do what it takes to improve your brand and you're open to hearing new ideas, I'd love to hear from you.
Interesting. So that this is I guess, a question that people talk about sometimes. They don't like to hear it, but have you ever fired a client because they wouldn't do what you thought they should do? Or, if somebody says, well, Karen, I want to change my brand, or I want to improve the brand I already have. Maybe they don't want to change their brand, but they want to improve their brand. What happens then?
Yes, I certainly have fired clients before for that very reason. Now, a lot of decisions around branding do have to do with personal style and personal taste. So I'm not saying it's my way or the highway, but if you're not willing to do the strategic things to make positive change, I'd just be wasting their money and wasting their time. And at the end of the day, you don't really get to make good change. So while I'm certainly open to compromise and retaining the integrity of one's personal style, it's like going to the doctor and they diagnose you with a disease and say, if you want to get better, you got to take this medication and do X, Y, Z. And if you just flat out don't want to do it, there's a chance you're not going to get any better. And you don't want to continue working with someone if you can't make positive change.
That's very true. That's very interesting and very true because, we go to someone like you because we think we do need a change. We think we need to upgrade, or we think we need to just come out of the box a little bit. And then, of course, things that you suggest go totally against our grain, and we decide, no, we don't want to do that. It's just like when people said to me, oh, women don't like to be called broads. They don't like to be called old. I said, look, I am the Spunky Old Broad, but SOB stands for Spunky, Open, and Brave. And if women don't want to be considered spunky, open, and brave, they are not my target audience,
Right.
Because that's who I'm looking for. So I think, are there particular kinds of clients that you look for?
No, I like to work with people that are happy, that take responsibility for their results. I don't enjoy working, there's a certain group of people that they're always negative and always blaming someone else for their outcome. And I can't really say that I want to surround myself with that type of person. It's just, it's against my value system. And I think as business owners and entrepreneurs, ultimately we are responsible for our results. By about 98% of everything that we do, we can control. Every now and then there are, crazy acts of nature that can interfere with what we're doing, but most of our success, it does happen as a result of decisions we make and taking responsibility for what you're doing.
Well, that's true. That's true. So, let's say we've got a few minutes left, but in about 2 minutes, can you give us a success story of one of your clients?
Yeah, I worked with a former mayor of a big city who had been a great popular mayor, and she left and wanted to write books and speak. And I worked with her in the transition period because it's very different from having a staff of 400 people to suddenly being every bit of your company. And so we had a great relationship. She wrote a wonderful book, has been speaking a lot, and she's been a huge success story. But really enjoyed working with her. We had similar energy and a lot of things in common, and she was willing to do the work and to make change, and she was a great success story.
Fantastic. That's great. So, how can people get a hold of you, Karen?
Well, they can check out my website, which is brandingdiva.com. Read my blog. I try to blog at least once a week on all sorts of entrepreneurial branding life issues. They can shoot me an email or they can give me a phone call, and my phone number is on my website also, or connect with me through social media.
Fantastic. All of those things are fabulous. I mean, that's all wonderful. So and she really is a branding diva, folks. I mean, I know Karen. I've seen some of her work, and she is a branding diva. So if you are looking for someone to help brand you or perhaps transition you into a new phase of your life or something that sounds exciting that you'd like to do, Karen is someone you should definitely get in touch with because she can make a big, big, big difference for you. But you better listen to what she has to say because this is important. So this is this is a part of it. So anyway, I do hope that you will go to brandingdiva.com because Karen is one who walks her talk, and I can tell you every time I see her, she's in her red. But I can't imagine Karen being in a red office. That is really an emotional room for you to be in. I mean, it really is. So I wish you good luck with that.
Thanks so much.
Anyway, for everyone else out there, I want to thank you for listening to Women in Business. It's a show that brings you women entrepreneurs and senior managers, and I hope you enjoyed Karen and our show today. Please connect with me on Facebook and Twitter. Be sure to download my ebook, Life Lessons from an SOB, on my website, spunkyoldbroad.com, where you can find information on my speeches, coaching, and resources. And of course, you can always email me at Gayle, that's Gayle, Carson 13 at gmail.com. And again, remember, if you're interested in an SOB club in your area, just let me know and I will put you in contact with the person you need to speak with. So again, this is Gayle Carson for Women in Business, thanking Karen Post once again, our branding diva, and saying so long until next week.